But she definitely has proven me wrong, showing us that she's got the speed of the table down. She's going to run the cue ball up table and then back down table, or is she going to draw straight down? Just gotta be careful for the right center pocket. Chose to keep it simple. And then this to open her account in this winner's qualification round to qualify for the last 16. So the opening rack going to the American, putting Pia a little bit deeper in the chair. Had to run out in 2 innings, but the safety in between was a good safety shot. Difficult to guard yourself against. That's what we've seen from Pia. Was a difficult position to be in. Referee making sure the rack is nice and tight. Predator Aero rack in action. Little shout out to our sponsors. Of course, Little Monster, the main event sponsor. Q brand from China, I believe it is. Yalin. Kamui. Box Billiards. Predator Qs, of course. Samsung TV Plus, together with the WPA. And a dry break for MAST. Well, a little bit surprised actually. She's hooked herself right away. And looks, as you can see, a lot of right spin on the cue ball. With the 5 ball, it was lined up right in between. Bit surprised about what's happened. Might have spent a lot of her energy on the previous match. I mean, it took, I believe, like 3 hours, 10 minutes to beat Shasha Liu in the deciding set. Also losing the first set, so had to make the comeback. and pull through. Of course, there's signs that your energy is starting to run low. In the meantime, on the other TV table, we have a hill deciding set coming up soon. Currently, both players choosing to take the timeout between Mireia Feitur Sanchez and Jolien Schuurman. And now this 10 ball to double the lead. There is some distance in between, so definitely missable. Gotta commit to the shot. There it is. So she does double the lead. 2-0 lead now for the American, who is, in my opinion, just picking up the pieces. Pia with a couple unforced errors. A MAST definitely taking advantage of him. And another try break. Definitely within this format one of the more difficult aspects. I mean, of course you have to rely a little bit on the rec you have been given by the ref, but also you have to hit them so square. Good impact. Obviously, like always in pool, there is, or in any sports actually, there is a little bit of luck involved. So there's a lot of things that are involved in this break, and I've seen a match earlier where sometimes it felt like Pia could just, whatever she's done, every time she made a ball in the break, she was hooked. Well, the ref was wrecking the balls well, she was breaking them well, but just no future. And that's also, it's a tough one to fade, but that's also how pool can be at times. Well, I have to say, quite the cut on this combination from this position. She has called it, so I foresee bad things if she doesn't make it. Could push the 3 ball near the 10. A little extra nudge. Nice shot there from Pia. Yeah, a couple other matches going on. In the loser round 1, the one loss side, the first round of the one loss side, and in the winner's qualification. That's why I was a bit confused earlier on. Linnea Hjalmarström is currently trailing against Sara Iannini. Sweden versus Italy. Second set now tied at 3, but the Italian looking to survive early on in this tournament. There's plenty more great matches going on at the time. I will try to update everybody here and there. But if you cannot wait for the scores, just go to probilliardseries.com. All the information is there, the protocol is there, the rules, upcoming events, anything you would want to know as a pool fan. Yeah, good run out so far from Pia. Not doing too much in general. Slight angle on the 9, or even straight. Actually, it doesn't matter. The 10 is well, very much available. I'm not gonna say it's a hanger, but I feel like she will have to try very hard not to get onto the 10. Then the 10 to pull one back. Yeah, now Pia will be breaking in the 4th rack, looking to tie the score at 2. Made a little bit of a false start. If you look at how fast Sofia ran away with the first set, 2-0 up. Definitely still time for Pia to get the score level and battle it out from there. Now this time she has made the one ball on the break, and this is what I've mentioned earlier on. I kind of feel like she doesn't really get something going yet. I mean, if from what I've seen in a different match, of course, this is a completely new one. It can be draining mentally to having to play the push out over and over after the break, even though you managed to make a ball. Yeah, I was not really expecting Sofia to give this one back. Could have maybe done trying to push the 2 ball up a little higher behind the 3 ball. Very high percentage for Pia to make a good hit on this 2 and possibly a hook. Yeah, just like that. Okay, she did not get cover with the cue ball. The 2 ball is, well, it looks to be almost frozen to the cushion. So now the double kiss comes into play. There is a couple of bad things that could happen for Sofia. Yeah, possibly one of the best outcomes she could have had there. Maybe more right spin on the cue ball, but she got the distance. The 2 ball might not have the full pocket. She still has to make sure not to run into the 10 or the 4. Playing with low left, it makes the pocketing on the 2 ball a lot more difficult. So she is digging a little deeper in the cue ball, so she might be trying to stay away from the 10. Nope. It's kind of interesting how it looked like she was going a little lower in the cue ball. Still hit it quite center ball eventually. In the end, at times it's also way better to just make sure to make the ball. And then you still have the initiative to play either a good save or, well, she's going for the bank. She definitely could play the 3 ball up table, the cue ball behind the 6. So there is options. But why play safe if you can bank like that? Beautiful cross side from Pia FILLER. Had to really hold up that line, make it short. Now a great opportunity to tie the score at 2. Making things right after a little bit of a false start. Cue ball coming off the cushion slightly faster than she was expecting. It did stop in time and now we'll have to play the 7 in the top left. So a similar shot. Come out a diamond or 2. Well, that's also one of the reasons I think why Pia has been having great results. She works obviously very hard on her game. Also during matches you can see that she's putting on the absolute grind. Surely we've seen her play, for example, faster or more fluent. But it's also a skill, in my opinion, to feel when to play more rhythmic and when to say, okay, I'm not feeling so well, so take a step back. Bit surprised though that she was trying to go around the 9. I was thinking about a 2 rails to the center of the table, but maybe the 10 was laying to where she could have bumped it. And then this to level the score too. The German now coming back from a 2-0 deficit, tying the score 2. We are playing best out of 3 sets, races to 4. Still a long way to go, but it makes such a big difference to win the opening set or not, because you can relax in the second set, still stay focused, but there's less pressure compared to losing the first set and knowing that you have to play better in order to stay within the finish line. I mean, to stay close. Predator Arc table looking great as always. Newer model from the Predator group. Looks to be playing very nice. I heard some things though about the side pockets playing a bit tight. And we definitely seen that a lot in Bali, Indonesia, and also in Vietnam the last couple events, where players started to struggle a bit with the side pockets. Of course they are still playable, so it's a matter of standards, I guess, but of course we've all known the era where pockets were 4.5, maybe even 5 inch, you know, like they were huge, and even with the wrong angle you could still make sure to get on your next shot. Now you still have to play the correct angles to be able to run out. Tried to get the one ball underneath the 10, 7, 9, 2 and the 6. Like there's plenty of balls in the bottom side of the table. But I think there's a window, and at least the least she can do is bank the one ball towards the 3. Spin the cue ball over near the 10. Oh, she was able to catch the other side. She's found a nice hook there behind the 7. Well, actually a little bit fortunate there. It looked like it was a full cover, but Sofia at least making sure she doesn't give the ball in hand. Pia really looking for that ball in hand, because it's quite the mess down table. 2 ball, not really any designated pocket. 3 ball, not so easy to get to. Well, I have to say that nudge on the 2, as you can see, I think it just barely worked out. Even with a lot of right spin, throws the 2 ball to the left. So she will be able to drop this in, I believe so, and to get on the 3 ball to the top left. If she doesn't fancy it, she can roll up on the 4. Yeah, nicely done. Some players like to go for the 3 in the top left and hold the cue ball under the 4, a little bit of a two-way. Some of them, they don't even think about the two-way, just make the ball. And then some of them, they say, let's just not take a risk, freeze the cue ball on the 4 and get ball in hand. And I think the second option was Pia's. Yeah, not too much really to do. She's played a couple good shots early on to open up the rack. Now she just gotta make sure to stay off the rail high enough to bring the cue ball back up table. It's mainly traveling back and forth, which could give her some issues most of the time when players start to get straight and on the rail, or they leave themselves too much angle, is when they start going back and forth. Yeah, important rack. Pia 2-0 down, now 2 each. First one to get over the finish line. This rack does get on the hill and will be breaking, so obviously quite the advantage. Yeah, I have to say, I think most of us were expecting Pia to make that 8 ball. Of course, she was a little bit further away on the 8. But sometimes it's not just that. Sometimes it's realizing that it's the moment you're realizing, like, hey, you know, if I make this 8, I'm on the hill. You know, it just puts that little bit more of expectation maybe in the head, a little bit more nerve. Now suddenly you're striking the ball just slightly more punch or slightly more push. I think it's interesting that she's played that in the corner, the 9 ball. Possibly because, well, they've been playing all day. Maybe they've experienced a couple misses into the side pocket. So it's not Pia Filler on the hill first. It's the pink dagger. Sophia MAST currently leading 3-2. one frame away, one rack away from winning the opening set. In the meantime, in the background, Mireia Faito Sanchez in trouble, trailing 3-1 in the deciding set against Jolien Schuurman. Jolien now on the hill and guaranteed a shootout. Nothing going on the break, but cue ball frozen to the rail. I don't think the one ball does go by the 9. And if it does, it's not very easy to get on the 2 ball. The scratch pretty close. If you catch the side pocket point, it might land awkward. And easily missed. This kind of shot, as you can see, does barely go by. Is she going aggressive? She did go aggressive. How is the pace? Well, that little nudge on the 7 will do. Almost big trouble for Pia. And that's going to run quite far. Now, I'm just wondering, did she opt to play the cue ball to the top right and play the 3 ball in the bottom left? Because that draw, that was... She already put a big stroke on it. And I think it was just crossing the area that much. I think it was so tough. Just like this combination, she's playing really aggressive. Well, maybe she feels like she has to make something happen. She was supposed to be on the hill first in this set as well, so that might be somewhere in the back of her head. Oh, she's played a nice shot on the 4, but then again, these kind of lines running with the cue ball. Well, it's not towards your next object ball, it's kind of running across the positional area, and now facing quite the cut. She still has a cut, so she's done a alright job on the 4, but eventually having to shoot shots like these over and over, eventually you are going to miss one of those. Oh, she's caught the side pocket point and she hooks herself. Wow. And I think that 6 ball's gonna dress up over the corner. She looked to be doubting it a bit, and I'm surprised. That clearly looked to be on, even if she had played it with draw. Anything towards the center of the table, any shot on the 7 would have been fine. Just not a shot like this. This is not a hanger at all. The only thing she's got to do is step it in, but it's almost a full diagonal of the table. How well has she hit that? How well has she hit that? She does have a very short stroke, so usually the very soft shots where she only has to make sure the cue goes straight, that's where she's doing very well in general. You see, on that she might have liked to play a little bit more of a bigger stroke. Nonetheless, she's now swinging to win the opening set against Pia FILLER. This to win the opening set, Sophia MAST. And down goes the 10, so she does take the opening set. And I'm quite sure Pia will be looking to leave the arena, because Pia missing the 8 in the 5th rack to get on the hill first, and then everything that has happened the last rack where she hooked herself on the 6 ball. Things not going her way, as you can see. Both players leaving the arena. Mireia Feitu Sanchez still trailing 3-1 against Jolien Schuurman in the deciding set. Now playing the 4-10 combination, or it looks like it. Missed it, played it with a bit of insurance, but it looks like the 4 ball might be on there. So we will just have to wait a little bit till the players get back to get going in the second set. Like I might have mentioned, some people definitely would not have seen that coming. Sophia winning the opening set against Pia FILLER. Of course, it's shorter races in the long run. It evens out quite a bit, so still no worries if Pia can stay calm. not play too aggressive. I think she should have the upper edge playing safety and defense. So overall, you would say that if she plays a more patience game, that she'll get plenty of opportunities to play herself back into the match. I don't think Sofia will have to change anything in her strategy. Well, you lean on the 7. Yeah, quite some body movement on that. Definitely the nerves. So let's get back to this match. Another dry break. The break really has been a struggle this match. Not in other matches, I'm not saying they are making many balls on the break, but no balls on the break makes the game a lot tougher, of course. If there is a couple balls going in, the rack is wide in the open usually. Oh yeah, that was a tricky one. Always difficult to get on the 2. Might have had to play for a guaranteed look on the 2 ball. Kicking this in is not really going to make things much better. Well, the good news for Pia is the fact that cue ball just landed behind the 10. But the way how the 3 ball stayed over the corner, that could have easily went wrong. Opening up the rack a bit more and leaving the run out for Sofia. Missed it by a little bit there, Sofia. So now Pia with still a bit of a challenge. If you look at 4 to the 5, I'm not saying impossible, I'm saying it's trickier to get from the 4 to the 5 and give yourself an angle on the 5 ball to bring the cue ball back to the center of the table to the 6. So there's some tricky spots there. And as you can see, quite straight on this 5. Has to go force follow with left spin. Yeah, did not manage to get on the 5. Tried to bring the 6 ball all the way over to the middle diamond on the short rail. There is a cut for Sophia, and that might land her on the 7 ball as well. And I'm just wondering, did she tell herself, hey, overcutting the ball is okay? Or was she trying to play this shape with the cue ball, which was not really there pocketing the 6? And is that the reason why she's missed it? Definitely a great opportunity missed for Sophia there. Oh, look at that cue ball behind the 9. Did not see any apologies, so that's could definitely be what she was trying to do. Was either that or something aggressive on the 8. Now we're gonna see Pia also airborne. A lot of pink in this arena. Both have pink jerseys, pink gloves. Well, Pia's got purple, or is it dark blue? Pink BK rush, pink air rush. All Predator equipment, of course. This time another chance for Sophia. Well, I have to say, she's played an excellent shot there, because it was really difficult to get to such a small area on the 8. And also being straight on the 8 would have been not so great. Now she's got options. Could go forward, could play low left. The only difficulty with the low left is most of the time you're gonna understroke it, being so close to the ball. Yeah, I gotta say, even when the pressure might look like it's coming up a bit towards the end of the rack, she's still executing the same way. The 8 a little bit short onto the 9. Then maybe a little bit more distance or a little bit more angle on the 10, but looking in good shape. Sophia Mast now opening her account in the second set. Well, and now I do have some fantastic news for you all, because I will be joined by my good friend and also co-commentator, Benjamin Bahassan, all the way from France. He should be there for this match together with me.
Sir.
Perfect. I'm so happy to hear you.
Good evening, everybody. I'm so happy to join you also, and I just witnessed that Sophia Mast won the first set, so yeah, it's a great match.
She's playing very well, and if you look at this break, she's made a 6, and the 10 ball hanging over the corner is a quick win, so a 2-0 lead in this second set.
Whoa.
Things are starting to go real fast.
Yeah, so this is a winner's qualification match, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I was also confused because we had loser round match and winner's qualification at the same time. So I already made that mistake for everybody watching, but well, things have been a little bit hectic. I'm just happy to be here, and I was actually really excited to see them both play. It's been a while since I've seen Sophia play, and she has made most of the shots she actually had tried to shoot. Like, there was only a couple misses, and I think, yeah, well, Pia's really letting her getting stroke at the moment, maybe slightly playing too aggressive.
Yeah, she actually played a good match in the previous match against a girl from China, and she struggled a little bit at the start, but then she came strong. So I expect her not to let it go, of course.
Yeah, well, we both know how big of a grind Pia has, so it's not easy to finish the match from this point. She's going to try and probably slow the things down. I'm just wondering, maybe she should have slowed down a little earlier on.
Yeah, it's always tough. The timing of those matches with races to 4, best of 3 sets is always something tough to manage, especially under shot clock, and if your opponent is playing good. So yeah, as you mentioned, she is a professional, she's patient, she has the grind, so see what happens.
Well, she does have the open opportunity maybe to get from the 2 to the 4, but if she gets straight on the 2, should be fine to play the 4 in the same corner as the 1. Now I actually expect things to be slightly trickier already.
Yeah. Absolutely, she's on the wrong side of the 2, and the 5 ball is a big ball here, hiding the lines of the 4. So
Ooh. She surely
wow,
was not trying to use that 7 ball, but
but
the
how
shape is
great this
almost like
is!
a ball in hand.
Yeah, so this is a kind of help here, but sometimes this game is like this. Good shot there.
Well, technically the same thing will be happening in this second set. If you look at how the things went in the first set, is Pia being down 2-0, coming back 2 each. Now from there on, I think she's going to try and change the past a bit, or change the future, because she's missed I believe it was the 8 ball on 2 each, letting Sofia on the hill, and then she's made a mistake on the 6. So 2 mistakes in a row near the end of the set. But originally, both sets now 2-0 down.
And I just saw that she's playing with the Sangli limited edition cue, and I have the same myself, and I found it really beautiful with the pink and the ivory. It's really crazy looking, I think.
Well, let's see if the Sangli can get the job done. That's what I was expecting her to do, so that was a little bit safe for me to call. But it is Pia FILLER who pulls one back. Still a long way to go, trailing 2-1. Also trailing a set. This is a winner's qualification match, so the loser will still have another shot to qualify for the last 16. But I believe you will sleep a little better if you win this match.
Yeah, and also because the loser's qualification of tomorrow will be early in the morning, I believe. So had some more rest and a nice breakfast before heading to the last 16. So it's always better to go through the winner's side. And you could see another winner's qualification match on the screen on the other table, because we have 2 tables live stream on the Pro Billiard TV. It's Yasmin Ushan is playing Xuxing Chang from Taipei. So the match is going to start right now. But let's get back to it.
Looking to make the one in the side. And maybe a little bit more. Maybe shape one time would be nice for her.
Ten ball is moving. And she's not happy.
Well, the thing is also the fact that there is actually a carom into the 10. Left side of the 1. I'm definitely shooting this. She's got it thick, but
Yeah,
she had a
definitely.
chance there.
Yeah. But also because I know that you're a carom player, right? So
I try a little bit here and there, yes.
Yeah, the shot was definitely on, you're right.
Well, especially if you can bring the cue ball all the way at least near the 10, you have the distance, and the one ball was going to possibly be behind the 7. So I think it was a nice
Yeah,
two-way. She just caught it a bit too full. Now,
exactly.
would you consider banking the 2 into the 10? Or you're playing. Because the problem is, I don't see a way how to get the 2 ball out. You have to play it so perfect to bank it
Yeah,
around the 7 ball away.
yeah, but I don't know how much the 4 ball is on the path of the bank of the 2 ball.
2 rails, catch the 10, and if not, the 2 ball will go really close around the corners away, maybe. I like this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Main thing is hiding the cue ball behind the 3 ball, of course. Play a good cue ball. Cue ball has leaked as well. This might come out a bit. That's a huge difference. There was a bit of spin on the ball too. And that spin probably has moved the 3 ball far away from the cue ball. Nice zonal safety. Knew that as long as she brought the 2 ball underneath the 4-9, she was just not gonna sell out, even though the white is pretty much in the open.
Yeah.
Now, I might have played a bit too much carom, but I might go 2 rails and call the 10. Sending the 2
Yeah.
ball up table.
Yeah, she hit it pretty good, but the thing is you're gonna leave something. Unless the speed is good enough to glue the 2 ball on the short rail, but good shot. Really good shot.
Do you think she's gonna drop this in and play the 4-10? I do not like it that much from this angle, but
Yeah. She
it's
has
not
a
like
little
the run out is.
Yeah, but she has a little bit too much of an angle on the 3, but she could do this, yeah. But the 10 ball is not hanging. That's the problem. Not really. It's a little bit more on the long rail, so it's not really a gimme, not at all. So she's gonna
Yeah, and
go for it, but
I think it's interesting how she's played for it. Even though if she handled the 4-5-6, the 7-10 was higher percentage.
yeah.
But she is shooting to get on the hill first. Oh, and she's made it.
Wow. Perfectly. She hit it really solid.
Yeah, so she's on the double hill. Sophia Mast putting Pia Filler on a little bit of a spot there. Now the funny thing is, the same thing, we both know that the same thing can happen to Sophia as well. Breaking, 10 ball moving wherever and leaving a combination.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to say it's a little bit unfortunate. It has happened, I think now twice, that Sophia took advantage real fast, or maybe 3 times. So I understand the frustration, but you gotta tell yourself, well, maybe it turns around. Maybe I can get a couple. And this is not easy to do at all.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, we're gonna watch carefully this rack, and she's breaking from the table with the bridge. So wow, it moved like crazy, always on the same side.
Yeah, but actually, I find it interesting to see that now, because Sofia went more to the inside instead of breaking from the side rail, the 10 ball moves more
Higher,
over.
yeah,
Well, it moved higher and it moved more over to the short rail, which, as long as it's not staying over the corner, I don't
yeah,
mind actually. So maybe it's also a little bit of approach you could do. I mean, I'm not trying to save anybody, I'm not trying to torture anybody, but I'm trying to find a way that I could use in case this happens for me, and this might be something.
yeah,
Well, a little bit of a loose safety from Sofia. This is
yeah.
something Pia could really pull the strings with.
Yeah, but actually the 7 and 8 are really close to the long rail, so there's no way you can really get behind it. Yeah, this
Well,
is really great. I mean, this is really a great shot to get the cover like this. So,
yeah, it's not the most difficult maybe to hit the one, but you could leak the one ball in front of the 10, for example, or you could leave a straight in. Any shot
she
all?
called the bank, so that was close. I really like the conviction she has at the table, whether she's trailing or leading or winning or losing. She really, uh, she really wants to play her heart out, and that's why she's so good. Because you know that determination is really key to be a tough player.
Well, it's not like things gotten a lot easier after pocketing just the one ball. We'll have to move the cue ball at least a full table, twice half a table, into the short rail and out. Doesn't want to fall behind the 5.
She's
Well,
perfect.
those are a couple shots we've seen earlier on in the match where she was still chasing the run out a lot, and then eventually near the end of the rack she would hook herself, and then the rack would be quite open.
Yeah, so now this is tricky because she's straight in on the 4, and so she has to draw back, but she really wants to be underneath the line of the 5 to get to the 6. So this is speed control, and it's really not easy to control the speed on a draw shot like this. She
The
has
good
it perfectly.
I was gonna say the good news is even if she lands straight, the 6 does go to the top left. So
Yeah,
she had a little bit of an insurance there.
but she hit it really great, and I think she's gonna elect to play the 6 short side because she doesn't have enough angle from that plan. That's perfect. She has to kind of stand follow a little bit to pass the 9, because I believe if she rolls it, it's going to be a little bit tricky. Yeah, just a little bit of a stand follow. Oh, she decided to stand to make sure she makes the ball. I don't blame her. She overcut this a little bit, so it creates a little bit more distance with the 8 ball, but should be okay.
Yeah, Pia Filler now pulling one back, still trailing 3-2. Sophia MAST still on the double hill. Kind of feel like Pia will have to play, well, maybe not perfect, but quite close to it in order to stay alive in this match and bring this to a deciding set.
Yeah. And in another winners qualification match, Kelly Fisher is leading 1-0 and 3-1 in the second set against Savannah Easton, the Roadrunner from the United States. So it's great to have international field like this in the PBS Women's International Open. You have players from Taipei, from the United States, from Australia. This is great. Okay, see the results when the Pia breaking from the other side of the table on the side rail.
Yeah, should have a different result.
This time 10 ball didn't move, so that's a good news.
Yeah, and I do feel, I mean, it's not something I am 100% sure about, but I do feel like she was breaking from the same side over and over as well. So talking about adjusting maybe to the unlucky stuff with the 10, but she could have changed it herself.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, she has made a ball on the break. And she's on the 1, so even if the 10 ball was dressed up over the corner, then she had the advantage. So it's always, it evens out when the match is long enough.
Yeah. And she has a good opportunity here to run this rack. I mean, would you elect to stop the 2 ball and to stop the 3 ball to pocket the 4 on the top right?
She looks like she has a little bigger angle though on the 2. Might still be able to kill it. Then yes. Yeah. Now I like your option. Just gotta make sure not to land straight on the 4. Wouldn't be too comfortable to get to the 5 ball, so slight angle. We might have a hill set coming up.
That's good enough. She might land with the cue ball somewhere on the line of the side pocket and the 5. Right there. It's perfect.
Well, one of the not so many breaker runs we've seen this match. This could be one of them. Of course, she is not done yet, so let's not put the commentator's curse on it.
Yeah, but she did a good job, like the 2 to the 3 and the 4 to the 5. So now she's perfect on the 6. Still, you don't want to be funny on the 9. You really want to draw this past the center of the table. Yeah, that's good.
I have to say, I usually like to play like top right on that and go 3 rails towards the 9. I never really play that low left. She landed great though. Small angle, only needs to draw and she'll be on the 10. But I feel the speed is so difficult at times on a shot like that. So kudos to her for playing it well.
Yeah, the thing is, I think it really depends on how slidey the table is, because the shot you just mentioned, the 3 rails, is good, but if it's really a slicky table, then it becomes harder. So I think it really depends on the conditions.
So there it is. Hill second set. Are we going to a deciding shootout? Or will we see Sophia MAST advance to the last 16? That's what it's all about right now.
Great quality run out from Pia FILLER on the previous rack. Everything ran smoothly, so...
Well, also, the winner of this match guaranteed a little bit over $1,600, which is, I mean, I'm not going to say players are going to break even from that point, but it's a big chunk. The loser of this match will have to play another match to hopefully get there. So, of course,
yeah,
it's always a little bit of a cutoff point, you know, when you get to that last 16. Now suddenly you can just play pool because you feel the passion and you can get going, you know. It doesn't matter really what you do from that point. But this is always for, well, I know many players that really look up to this point, and then after they only care about first place.
Yeah, because you have the financial issues of a pool player, travel around the world and the expenses, and it happens often that when you reach last 16, it depends on the tournament, last 32, then the expenses are paid. So it's a different tournament that starts.
Well, and also don't forget, the winner of this match guaranteed a little bit over 1,600, but then there is another event coming up, the mixed doubles. So now suddenly you have 2 shots to, well, make a great result, put yourself on the map, and make a nice chunk of prize money.
Yeah. And Pia is playing with Dennis Grabe, right?
Yes.
I think. Yeah. That's it. Four railer, no.
And another interesting one is Sofia is playing together with Dimitrios Lukatos.
That was a good contact on the 5, and now she has a fairly straight in shot on the 2, so to reach the 3 is not going to be easy. What do you think? Drawing back to the window in between the 6?
Yeah, you kind of
Yeah,
have to. I'm not sure if she
yeah.
got there though. Oh,
Whoa.
she she,
Yeah, this
she
is
might have
close.
played it perfect.
Yeah, this is close. And she might have the right angle to go to the 4. Yes, she does. So this is crazy good. Oh, she hit it perfect. A
Well,
little bit of work
the
there to
next
reach the 5.
the next thing I find a little bit worrying is that 9 ball. I'm not sure whether the 9 goes to the bottom right, because from this
Yeah,
angle it looks like it might not go to the bottom left. Sure, she still
tricky.
has to get nicely from 5 to 6, but obviously a ball that doesn't go to, well, possibly the most important corners is more worrying than this shape.
Yeah, definitely. And then also considering the position of the 7 ball, you really don't want that much of an angle on the 7 to reach the 8. So yeah, this is really a strong layout.
Yeah, I might have to opt to play the 9 in any of the top corners, but it's quite some traveling from the 8 to the 9.
And
A
this is
little bit
already a key
more,
shot from the 7 to the 8.
yeah. She's handling herself nicely, though. I mean, she's already played a couple difficult shots.
She really
But yeah,
played just to make it. She just wanted to make the ball, and she did.
well, you can see the deep breath there. I mean, the thing is, if the 9 goes, sure, I can understand you might play this with stun left to play the 9 in the bottom right. But I might consider just overcutting the 8, bringing the cue ball under the 9 and the 10, and just
I like
wait.
the shot. Yeah, I like that shot
On
because
this
it's,
score line,
yeah, yeah, definitely. I like that shot because you're always gonna have a good result playing this shot. You're always gonna leave something tough. Yeah, I like to wait.
yeah, now she might be able to float this forward, take the 9 to the side. I'm not saying it's a hanger, but she is getting an out.
Yeah,
Although I did see a little bit of a disbelief, a little bit of a. She was not so happy with the angle she's left.
yeah, because I think she has a slightly wrong angle to go to the long rail, so she might have to stand follow this to be able to play the 9 on the side, and this is really tough because it's a long shot. Yeah, like that. This is pretty good.
Oh, and I don't think we're done yet. More drama is possibly there for the taking. I mean, if you look at it, slight angle towards the bottom of the 10. Still has to play a similar shot on the 10, possibly.
Yeah, and the side pockets are tight.
Yeah, she's missed it. What's she gonna give Sofia? Well, maybe not as much, but there is options. Even if you play a stop shot, bang the 9 to the top short rail, and even if you stop the cue ball right there, I think you can win the rack. Like, even if you keep it
Yeah,
simple.
yeah, I think you're right. But maybe she's gonna try to split the balls. Oh, she called it.
Or she even... Oh, well, the problem is, I think she tried a bit too much, actually.
Yeah,
Like, I would just bring the 9 ball to the middle of the top short rail. Now, this
yeah,
is a
she really
makeable
wanted
jump.
to make it.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She really wanted to make the bank, I believe.
I would be jumping out of my seat if I were Pia. What a chance. Oh, where's the cue ball? Where's the cue ball?
Wow.
Ooh, and she landed absolutely perfect on the 10. But that easily could have scratched. And down goes the 10. So looks like we will be going to the deciding set. What an ending to this second set. So
Wow.
as you can see, Pia will be leaving the arena. I am quite sure we can use a little break too after that dramatic ending. But I promise we will be back for the deciding set. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
And we are ready to go here with the deciding set, with Pia Filler breaking the first rack.
Yeah, Benjamin Belhassen and Tim de Ruiter in the booth. Glad to be joined by Benjamin. Felt quite lonely the opening set. And look at this for a break. I don't think I've seen this kind of result on her breaks yet so far. She's made balls on the break, but she definitely did not get a straight in like this in 2 matches I've watched.
And as we all know, it makes a huge difference.
Oh, look at this pattern too. The only thing I can really see a problem in is probably to get from 4 to 5, but you could play the 5 in the bottom right.
Yeah, the thing is you really want to be close to the 4 so that you can manipulate it. So the 2 rears, she could have done a little bit more than this, but it's okay.
Well, would you reckon she's playing the 5 in the bottom right?
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like she has the angle to roll it and play the 5 on the short side, but she also looks like she also has the angle to stand draw this one and just play the 5 ball in the same corner. So yeah, it's really close from there. Yeah, I think it's a better choice because you don't have to force anything.
Well, and also, if the cue ball bounces out of the cushion a little bit more, there is always a safety available. I think if you nudge the 6, things can land a lot funnier than playing the top side.
Yeah.
Now, just wondering what kind of angle she's going to give herself. I'm expecting quite a big angle on the 7, just to make sure the cue ball goes naturally up to the 9. But then she also did not need that much space on the 5, right? So I'm wondering, why was she trying to get off the rail that much?
Maybe, yeah, to get an angle on the 6, a little angle. Oh yes, she has one. Oh wow. Yeah, this is not good, I believe, and she knows it. I mean, still good, but okay, but as you mentioned, with more angle, the shot will be like a little bit tougher, but the shape on the 9 would have been natural. Now she has to let the stroke out, draw to the long rail, and back up. Good shot. I'm wondering if somebody has ever, in this format, run 5 racks in a row to win the set. I don't know.
Well, that's the beauty of it. When they first started the Pro Billiard series, people were gonna say, well, it's only races to 4. Someone is going to run out a full set. With, just 1 run out, for example, and 3 breaker runs. But
yeah,
I'm quite sure it has happened. But I think until now, and this has been going on for quite some years, I can probably count them on one hand.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like I'm saying, like there's not many by any means.
Yeah, for sure. Because just with the hand racking, it's really a different game. Really different game.
Yeah, but I mean, just in general, how often do players run four? Even in a
Yeah,
regular tournament, if you take race to 8 with the magic rack, nowadays every scoring system has a button that says break and run, or what is it, rack and run, or I don't know. Let's say break and
yeah,
run.
but it's yeah,
Then
you're right,
then
but
they
it's
still do
also
not get to
alternate break.
4.
Yeah, but most of the tournaments now are alternate break also, so it's different. But
Then you
yeah,
could still you still have the same breaks if you play race to 8 or 9 to make 4 break and runs.
yeah, that's true.
So
I,
it's still a fact that it doesn't happen that often.
yeah, you're right. But especially now in Europe, in the European Championships and Euro Tours, they moved, and you have to break from outside of the box in 10 ball. So it makes things a little bit tougher.
Well, in the meanwhile, on the other table, as you can see in the background, Jasmine currently battling Chu Ching Chang. Currently up 3-0 in the opening set. They started the match a bit later, so they're a little bit behind, so that makes it possible for everybody that's watching this match to then go over to the other table and watch that match. So maybe the schedule works.
As you can see, the referee is putting a lot of heart to rack the balls properly. So this is good because it's not easy to do. Good cue ball control, square hit, but no ball. That's the game. Frustrating at times, but
Well, Pia has taken the lead after quite some time, actually. And kind of feel like Sophia will have to step it up from this point. Feels like this is somewhat of a must to run out. But a bit of work to do from the purple 4 to the orange 5. Orange 5 does not go to the bottom right, only to the bottom left. And this angle might be a bit big. Might have to run into the 7 ball, Ben.
yeah, I think so. Or what she can do also is try to go into the 9 also. But the thing is, I don't know if the 5 ball passes the top left corner. This is pretty this is pretty perfect, but that was not easy to do. It was a little bit touchy, right?
Yeah, and then now also, probably I'm using the 9 to. It's like a stun draw. Could have played with a bit more draw. But that's probably the only thing that I've been seeing in her game where I'm like, would be interesting to see in the future, is that she shies away a little bit from the draw shots. It's not like she doesn't play them, but just not that often. She doesn't go as low in the cue ball in general.
But I remember I had the opportunity to to do commentaries maybe 2 years ago when she played the World Juniors, and I can see a lot of improvements in her attitude and in her game in general. So I don't remember how old is she, but
Yeah, I
it's true, chat.
definitely agree. I mean, of course she's been growing, but you can also see the nerves. She took a real deep breath when she first looked at this shot.
Whoa, that was tough.
And this is just in general what I've meant. Like she strikes the ball really clean, nice and straight, but she really could have used the draw on there. And she just shies away a little bit off the draw. But compared to that, she does play like a lot of match play. Like she makes sure that she gets some kind of look and she hangs in there. So I like the way how she plays it.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely would have liked to see her opening up the draw on that.
Good shot there. She might get the snooker here. And this is really important. It makes a huge difference.
Yeah, as called the 9 in the side. Would you prefer to call the 9 in the side or the 9 in the top right corner with the insurance for the safety?
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, I definitely played within the top right corner. But my goal on this type of shots is to play the safety. I would call it, but it's to really play the safety. Because you
Yeah, and
can really
actually, if only she hit that little softer, I think the outcome would have been great. She hit it full in the
yeah.
face as she wanted to. Oh,
A little bit overcut it, but tough shot. But you really want to control the speed of the 9 in case you miss it.
oh, and the cue ball.
Yeah.
Don't think
Yeah.
she did she play any spin on the ball? That's what I'm wondering. I don't like to play that plain ball because the scratch happens too often. And also the cut. I mean, in general, if you play a little bit of left spin or not, I don't think it gets a lot
Yeah.
more difficult.
Is she considering going cross? Or
Yeah,
would you do
and
that?
I like to go low right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Myself
I
also.
don't mind this.
No, but the thing is, when you play the shot you just played, you have more chances to be frozen on the rail instead
Yeah,
of going low. So this is why I don't really choose this one. But it's all personal preference. I mean, it's just like a routine 9-10. But I would have preferred to play low right.
yeah. So completely different score line than the other two sets. Now Pia Filler up 2-0. Looking to at least make it to a shootout if she can get 3-0 up.
Yeah, she's been breaking good in that set, and it's only because she didn't make a ball on the break on the previous track that it she could have gone for 2 breaks and run. So let's see what happens in this break. How great this is to be a couple like the Fillers, traveling around the world, battling and sharing the same passion for the game, competing, and being one of the best players in the world in their gender.
Yeah, I mean, it also sounds really nice, but of course they also have their struggles. Like, I mean, every pool player has their struggles. I think it can be difficult also to be together with
Oh, of
another pool
course.
player that life, everything in their lives is about pool. That's
Yeah,
also not always the
absolutely.
most favorite thing.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But this is what I meant. It's beautiful, but it's obviously it's you have tough moments because the game is cruel, because there are no shortcuts. You need to put the work in it, hard work, all kind of physical training, mental training. So yeah, traveling, jet lags and stuff. So yeah, I meant that this is tough also. Okay, so push out situation there, and obviously push out for safety. This is tricky because it's tough to go behind the 5, and you don't really have a cover if you hit the other side of the 1. So would you consider to go for the 1 and try to send the
No,
cue ball back towards the 2-9?
no, I am always playing the cue ball behind the 5 ball. It's a half ball hit.
Yeah, but yeah, yeah, I didn't see it properly because it was there. So the push out was a little bit too easy, right?
Well, now the funny thing is, it's also sometimes very disheartening. You know, it actually feels horrible when you play a good save and your opponent makes a good hit. But the difference to not leave a shot on this 1 ball or leave something on, it's super close.
Yeah.
Like this, if the 1 ball passes the 7, she could cut it in, run the cue ball in the 10, and be on the 2 ball. It's a small difference in, well, a little bit of luck. I mean, I don't think there's anything else to it.
Yeah, that's true, but it is what it is, and you know it. Nice effort with the bridge. It was really tough to do, but she left an opportunity. But the 2 ball doesn't pass the 9 or the 7, so that's a good shot. And here is also a big difference because if the cue ball would have run like 2 balls more, then the jump shot is not on, and it makes a huge difference also. I'm really surprised she didn't go for the jump, but
Yeah, I agree. That was super tough. Especially on the new conditions. That's just
yeah,
really not going to grab enough.
yeah, exactly. Good shot there. She
Yeah,
really has a
actually,
steady
overall.
rhythm. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
She really has a steady rhythm. It's kind of great to witness how she's settled and calm, and as you mentioned already, breathing deeply sometimes. Try to stay composed. This is great.
Yeah, had the wrong angle on the 3-ball. Did not fancy to run the cue ball around the angles. Just missed the bank. Now is Pia going to bank the 3-ball down table and the cue ball again 2 rails behind the 5. Play one good cue ball. Oh, she has called it. She's going all in on this. Missing this is usually a sellout too, so quite risky. But making it
Oh, that's
with that
great.
bump, look at this.
Yeah. Great shot there.
Yeah. Kind of feel for Sofia because she really had this match in her control. Pia struggling, things really not going Pia's way. Now, the second that Pia has won the second set, it looks like she's a completely different player now at the table too. Different pace around the table, more fluent. And now an opportunity to get on the double hill. Unless.
Oh,
Ooh.
this is perfect.
It did land perfect, but she had me shaking there for a second.
So it's tough to judge from here if she has the angle to run into the 9. Because then if you go in between the 9 and 7, then you won't get shape. Yeah, like that. This is what I was expecting. And I think she really was in the wrong position because she was too thin to go into the 9, and she could only play this shot. So yeah, that was a tricky position on the 6.
Oh, I think she was playing a two-way cue ball into the long
Yeah.
rail behind the 9. Now, has left Sofia almost straight. She could still go forward, top left spin. As I mentioned, she doesn't really play the big draw. But
I
this
believe
is
she has to.
definitely missable. With the top left, it's missable.
Oh yeah.
Nope, not for her. She's played it really well, but I'd rather stay away from the inside spin.
Yeah, but as you mentioned, if she doesn't like to play the deep draws, then she's used to the high follows and inside. So
yeah, a little longer 9 would be good for her confidence to get this game on the board. She's been losing a couple now since she lost the second set.
she's breathing deeply. This is great to see that she understands at such a young age how important it is to breathe, to slow down the heart rate and the thoughts and all that kind of thoughts running into your head. So yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and also don't forget she had the winning opportunity where we've seen her have that same deep breath. At that time it was breathing to get over the finish line, and now suddenly she's fighting to not lose this match. It's a completely different thought process behind the breathing.
Yeah. Yeah, but it has also the same effects on the body. Like, you want to keep your head with you, you want to have clarity, you want to stay calm. So controlling the breath is something really big. I was introduced a couple of years ago to the Wim Hof method. I'm sure you know it because I think he's from the Netherlands, this guy. And
Wim Hof?
yeah, the power of breathing and the cold showers and ice bath and all that stuff. It's really powerful.
Well, a scratch on the break, not very useful for Sofia, obviously. Not great news at all. But a scrappy layout for Pia to solve. 1 to the 2, not ideal. 3 to the 4, quite some traveling with the cue ball.
Yeah. Yeah, so now she has to go to the short rail, to the middle of the short rail, back and forth to the center of the table, but then from the 3 to the 4, yes, it's gonna be short.
Yeah,
Or
even
maybe
if she,
yeah,
even if
maybe
she
back.
ran further, how is she gonna get to the 4?
Yeah, I think it's even better where she stops because she can play kind of two-way, try to bank this one, but the speed is not gonna be good enough. I don't know what she saw, but
Well, she
Would you
must be
go for
playing a
the bank?
safety. I like probably bringing the cue ball under the 7,
Yeah.
but it looks like a little bit wide. Maybe draw the cue ball all the way underneath to 4, 10, 8. Leave the 3 in the open.
Oh, she tried to make it and get the window in between the 7, 8. I believe.
I tell you what, she did get that window.
Yeah. That was tough. This is also tough on a slidey table.
Needs
Yeah,
to
it's
drop
really
all
tough
the
to
way
get.
low.
Yeah.
And I like to play these kind of shots like I'd rather be too low than too high kind of attitude.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna hook myself while I have a chance to be under the 4 and play a good save.
Yeah. Beware of the kiss here. Oh no, okay. I thought she was playing the crossbank. Oh, she's going for the cut. I would consider play the kick here from behind. This could be also
Well,
an option.
I do like the cut. Just the shape is maybe a little bit more of a gamble. But you have to
Yeah.
get past 10, past the 8. Oh, it's fine. This is already fine. Even though she doesn't land on the shot, she can play a good save now.
Yeah, but also the side pocket was really close on the way back. Good shot there.
Yeah, somewhat of a jump available, but not enough to go for the top left corner. So she's kicking. The only thing I would try to do here is, well, definitely hit the 6, but with plenty of pace. I'm not kicking this soft. Only ball to get lucky if you kick it soft is to get behind the 9. Get the distance, get
Good.
something off a hook.
That was a good hit anyway. She couldn't have done much better than this. The 6 was really in the center of the table. It was a small target. Opportunity for Pia to get on the hill and to be guaranteed of a shootout. Perfect.
Well, I can actually confirm that Savannah Easton and Sophia Mast will be participating in the Girls Juniors 10-ball World Championship. And I've seen them both play today. They definitely have a great chance to do well.
Oh yeah, definitely. I didn't see Savannah Easton play for a long time, but what I saw from Sophia Mast here is really solid. Yeah, we always hesitating to put a little bit of inside on this type of shot because it makes the shot tougher. But then you'll have a bit of a cut.
Yeah, that means we do see FILLER now on the hill. And one rack away from a place in the last 16.
Meanwhile, on the other table, Yasmin Ushan won the first set and is leading 1-0 against Xu Xingxiang. Kelly Fisher is to the last 16. Also, Soa from South Korea. Xu Shengyu, Christina Grimm. All those ladies to the last 16. And tomorrow morning, the losers qualification, the losers round 2 starts at 10 a.m. and we already have a big matchup between Anna Gradiznik and Kristina Zlateva.
Well, I'm trying to find the schedule for tomorrow. Apparently you found it somewhere. I cannot seem to find it, but
I just
Zlateva
watched
and
the draw.
Gradiznik tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, okay. It doesn't say for me yet. Anyways, last call for Sofia. Must win the next 2 racks to at least get to a shootout.
It's maybe because I'm closer to Spain than you, probably. That I already have the draw.
Yeah, your connection is a little better.
Yeah.
It says table question mark all matches for me, so. Oh well. Sofia leaving the 1 over the corner.
Yeah, this is tough to do. Because the 4 ball is a big ball there. And yeah, she has a slightly angle on the 2. She can choose to just roll it and cut it and go to the long rail and take the shot from there. But if she wants to do something with the cue ball, then she, yeah, as she just did, considering playing the 3 on the right side pocket. Yeah, this was tough to control. Still okay, but you really want to play the 4 on the side, and I think the natural angle. Think you can roll this one into the side and try to still have a shot on the 4 on the side.
I think so.
Oh,
but
Okay.
not if you play the 3 ball to the corner. I think this 4 is tough. I mean, this one is a real tester because
Yeah.
well, it's a big cut. You're a little bit hampered by the 8. Oh, the story gets another tail. Wide open opportunity for a MAST.
Yeah, and yeah, actually the 2 ball was key because it was really difficult to control the cue ball to reach the 3. So she found herself in a tough spot, and yeah, maybe she got a little bit rushed with the shot clock because she played that 3 ball really fast in the corner, and there were only 1 or 2 seconds left. So yeah, sometimes the shot clock can make a difference. That was a deep draw, Tim.
Oh. Well, now suddenly she's drawing the cue ball quite a bit. And you know, I'm
Yeah.
glad she's proving me wrong. No problem. But this is a long 8 ball though. Wow.
Great
And
shot.
I mean, there's quite a lot of pressure on her, and I feel like she is still striking the ball so pure. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not easy to do with your back against the wall.
Drawing the ball like this straight is never easy, especially on new cloth. And I'm sure you know the drill Johan built for Gorst, the crazy 30, which is really a great deal to try to master the draw. Because
Well,
it's never easy.
she has definitely proved me wrong because that run out, even though Pia has left the ball over the corner, that was far from easy. With the pressure,
Yeah.
now she's 3-2, will be breaking, and who knows, we might go to a deciding shootout if we get tied at 3.
Okay, if she can go a little bit to nudge the 3, to free the 3 from the 7 and staying on the 2 on the side, that would be ideal. But she needs to kind of playing underneath the center like Stanish, but with inside, so that when she hits the 3 ball, she's going 2 rails into the corner to reach the 2. That would be great.
Oh, wow. And the scratch would be the worst thing.
Yeah. Still okay. She hit a little bit too low, so she took the 3-ball full in the face. Still okay. She'll have to take a safety on the 3.
Yeah, could bring the cue ball technically everywhere she wanted to, behind the 4-6-8 or under the 5-9-10. Technically all of it is possible, but we'll have to be precise with the tip position.
This is good. It always makes a big difference if she sees an edge of the ball, of course.
Yeah, and then again all the way behind the 4-8, but it might be on.
It's close. I think the 5 is passing the 10 and the bottom right, so this is a big shot. Yeah, good shot.
Yeah, and look at how everything is positioned. The only thing that could be tricky is possibly from the 6 to the 7. So 5, 6, 7 is where the extra attention will be put, but whenever she gets on the 7, 8, 9, 10 on the same side of the table, I mean, she should be alright. But is there any pressure, any nerves?
She kind of get now the inside draw also to reach the 7 properly. So it's going to be really low, deep into the ball.
Yeah, including the angle on the 7 ball. Just gotta make sure she gets as straight as possible on the 8. She leaves herself a bit much angle on the 8 ball. She might have to run in between the 9 and the 10. And funny things could happen. Should be fine to go just a short rail.
Solid performance from Pia in that third set. Really steady.
Yeah, huge grind from both players. Eventually one had to win. It definitely could have been Sofia. But this 10 is to make it to the last 16 and have to favor Pia FILLER to make this. So we will see Sofia MAST back in the loser qualification round tomorrow at noon local time here in Gandia, Spain. So that concludes all the action for today. Of course, we still have a match going on the other table. So if you're